Mali a lot, what's going on in the Sahel states. Mali is one of them. So they announced, their president, General Assimi Guata, announced that children will no longer be studying French history. So basically, grade 9 students and I guess on up will no longer study the French Revolution or French history in schools. Some who might not know might be like, why are they doing that? Well, they're doing that because they were colonized by France. That's just colonization for you, okay? The capturer, the conqueror puts their history in place and they tell the story. It doesn't mean that it's true, but that's how colonization has worked on the continent and around the world. But I know some people be like, why are they learning French? They Malian. That's why. Um, so this is a part of their educational reform, and I'm capturing what's on the article that I read. Their curriculum was center Malian in African history, ensuring students learn more about the ancient empires of Mali, Ghana, and Songhai, the region's pre-colonial governance system, and its intellectual heritage rooted in cities like Timbuktu. And this is so needed, and this is so important. As a child of the Sahel, as someone who has history in this region of the continent, this is so important because this is one of the richest cultures throughout the world and the continent that doesn't get talked about enough. These people need to know, and this is how colonization worked. Some people don't get it when you're immersed in it, when you grow in certain things closer to the continent, unless you really travel and or studied. You know that these people don't even know who they are. Yeah, people might know their ethnic groups. Some people here on this side of the world in the diaspora, oh, you're so lucky. You know your ethnic group. It doesn't matter if you don't know who you are still. And that's how colonization works there. That's how white supremacy has worked over there. Yeah, people know their ethnic groups, but they still don't know who they are. Okay? I can go deeper in that in another video. Just let me know and we can talk about the variations of how, colonization on the continent versus in the diaspora. But that's just how it works. If you're being taught and force fed someone else's history, you really don't know unless you have an ancestor in your family that really has kept that knowledge and maybe kept artifacts to really describe. Because remember, this is post-colonial Abrahamic religions also placed onto these people, Islam, Christianity. So there's a lot at play here with how people mind is centered versus pre-colonial indigenous, religions and thinking, etc. But anyway, I like